What's up, guys? So today we're going to play around with the KTM. I've got a GPS module that I'm gonna install. It's gonna go in this spot right here. I've already gotten the nice CNC mount for it. Did a little test fitting already. Had to do a little bit of a 3D printing and design to make it work, but I think overall it's gonna be pretty cool. So keep watching and we'll get working on it. So we're gonna give it a try this way. So first thing we gotta do is we gotta take the screen off. So I think I got the right size. I did. So we're gonna just screw those off. I'm only gonna use hand tools today. Just easier that way. There's just 2 bolts up top. Here and here. I have my little camera set up. We'll use it as a table as well. And we got 2 here. I'm going to open up our space here a little bit. So it should be pretty easy. From what I've read, just behind this panel there is a accessory connector. So we're going to run it from basically here. There's a little hole right there, down and through. Feed it into this area, tap it all into here, and then you know it should be pretty easy from there. So but we'll start here with the windshield. That's it. I think it's just those 4. That should come right off. Here we are. We'll go set this somewhere safe. Put on top of the Beamer. All right, pretty easy. So next up, we will undo these guys. Ooh, that's a bigger Allen key. So to be able to just take this off and not have to take anything else off, it'll be all right. She's still dirty. It did a little ripping at my buddy's property on Monday, and I figured it looks cooler with the dirt everywhere. Ooh, this one's a little longer than expected. All right, set those there. Let's see what happens here. Got a little bit more somewhere. So it looks like it's this whole panel here. Might have to take the seat off. Oh, there's a key there as well. There you go. All right. Actually, maybe if we take this off. It's a small guy again. So we're gonna try by taking the. I've never taken this apart before, so we're gonna try taking the turn signal off. This screw's pretty long, so maybe it'll allow us to get in there. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, whatever. Easy. There we go. Put this somewhere safe. I have to remove one more screw, and it's right here, if you can see that. And I think I'll have access to the panel I'm trying to get at. Okay, let's see. Looks like, oh, there's one more. Jeez Louise. Okay. Don't want you to get in here, apparently. All right, now I think I've got everything apart that I need. Do we? Yes, 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 yes. There we are. So yeah, so we have 2 plugs here. Actually, 2 sets of plugs, which is pretty cool. There are, okay, accessories. Look at that. They're just not stuck real well. The two wires, there's 2 sets here. And from what I've read, you have your black and yellow, which will be your ground, and then your colored, here's yellow and green, which we'll probably tap into, and then blue and red. So for this install, we will definitely be tapping into either one of these, most likely this set, and we'll run the wires down and through, and then they can actually live in this little cavity. We'll make it look real nice, zip tied all the main harness here. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to get set up over at my bench, and we'll figure out what we need. We'll find some spades in my electrical connectors and go from there. Look what I found. I found my crimper. Sweet. We can do this the right way. It's easier to do when you have the right tools. So yay. I have to try to do a double if I can. Cool. We'll do this guy. Up here as well. Sweet. That's not going anywhere. Now we will heat her up. Sadly, these were the smallest connectors I had, so they're not going to be quite right. Let's just say smallest gauge connectors I had, but they'll do. They'll be sufficient. Throw a little tape on the end of it too. I should have used shrink wrap, but that's okay. There we go. Just not small enough. That's all right. I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I probably won't have to unwind too much of this, that's for sure, but we will have to fix all this mess. So we'll go back over to the bike and start to figure out where things should go. See you over there. All right, so we're back out over here at the bike. I'm going to use one of my favorite tools, this little grabber guy. I'm going to feed it down through and see if I can get it to come out just over here. We'll see. Might be easier to take the light off, but I'm trying not to do that. So come on, buddy. There we go. We got it. And the cool part is, not only do we get it, we'll just get it to here. This should be fun. There we go. There we go. We are golden. So what I'll do is, we'll grab this end, we'll hit the little plunger here. With any luck now, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll find out. Oops. Might have to really help it out. And I may just grab the cap. Do this. Take the cap off. with any luck, it'll help. Oopsie. Yikes. We're going to go cap it again. Let it grab the wire like this. It'll be better that way. And we'll try to fish it up through. Might take a little finagling. See? Alright, so since that's the problem, we'll try to grab it up through here and then refish the rest through the other way around. Oh, I gotta bring it back down and through. Oh, it's okay. Alright, we'll come back in a second. Alright, so it wasn't easy, but we did get it. There's a lot of stuff going on back here behind the headlight. So, but yeah, we're fed up through and we should be good to go. I'm still gonna go ahead and put tape on these and then we'll plug it in. We'll get the unit mounted and then I should be able to slap everything back together. So I just want to make sure this all works before we go ahead and go any further with it. So yeah, see you in a minute. All right, so I have everything nicely bundled, set aside in here. See, it's just tucked away. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take our side piece here and get the right direction. Feed our turn signal back through. Get this all to where it needs to be. I don't think it clicked into anything. Oh yeah, there's a... So those just line up. Then you've got the 2 screws down below. So hard part is, there we go. Just remember which screws go where. That's all. Make sure you have a system. So that's one. And 2's up underneath here, but I gotta turn the wheel to get access. Pretty easy stuff, man. Definitely an easy install. And our last 2, one was here. Make sure we're lining stuff up right. Yep. Right back to where it belongs. Put another one right in here. Okay. I got a boo-boo. Check that out. All right, so I want to make sure, and then that one there. I knew I was missing one. That one we didn't have to take off, but you know, we're learning, so. And my tools want to suck right now. Come on. Alright, so we got it all back together. I'm going to put the turn signal back on. Last screw here. That's it. It's pretty easy. Everything's hidden. This will have space to tuck in. There's a huge cavity back here, so I'll be able to, once I get it all installed, I can just kind of tuck it in, and then I'll put the windscreen back on. But yeah, it should be pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and get the screen mounted up to the mount, and then we'll come back and throw it on the bike. Okay, so I went ahead and my Meta's died, but we're back. And I went ahead and got everything mounted. Here's my custom bracket that I made. It goes into the ball joint area that would have come stock on this. It's pretty sturdy, just regular hardware. These are all M4 bolts and washers. This is all sealed off. Sadly, they don't offer a different kind of mount that would just get rid of this chunk, but that's okay because it stands it off just from the screen a little bit, which will be nice. So I'm about to plug it in and see if we're gonna work. It'll be nice if it works, and then I'll take it all apart, which would also be quite nice. So here we go. Where's my key? Got that screwed, ready to roll. We're gonna fire it up. And we've got power. So that's it, guys. Carpuride is there. It is mounted. I just have to set it all up. But that was a very, very easy install. So hopefully it turns off. Hopefully that wasn't a constant on power source, because that'll kill the battery real quick. It looks like it may have been. But that's okay. We'll figure it out later. Alright, so I did have to go back through and fix it. This is always on accessories 1, at least that's what mine was labeled. Accessories 2 is actually accessories and is key switched. So that's going to be your blue and red, power, and white and yellow and black negative. So that's it, man. It was a pretty easy, quick switch around, which was nice. So we're just going to tuck that all back in the way it was and get this all back on. Fortunately, there's only a couple of screws. We all make mistakes, right? So now we'll just put these back in. We're back in business. No big deal. And just to show you, because now it's switched. Yep. That's it. And then it will turn off. That's it, guys. And finally, the last thing we got to do is put this guy back on, which is quite easy, of course. Get it all lined up. I'm just going to set it on that for now. Out 2 screws. Oh yeah, those 2 guys. Let's just throw those back in real quick. I was like, wait a second, we got some extra parts. Yep. This one. And then we can go ahead and put these on. Forgot it was the other side. So I'm going to start with the top ones, and then we'll finagle down to the other ones. We'll put everything in loose right now, just to get everything lined up. Okay, and finally the last 2 screws were all buttoned up. It's actually a very quick install. If I wasn't playing around with cameras and such for so long, it would have gotten it done a little quicker. But hopefully this video was kind of helpful if you're thinking about wanting to go with this system. I know a lot of people are going with those dedicated navs. You know, this bike is really just this is like a bike I'm going to tool around on a little bit here and there when I don't want to ride get on the big bike. I do love the big bike, don't get me wrong. This thing is a hoot to rip around, so we'll just test it one more time. And there we go. We are all set. All right, guys. All right, so like I said, it was a really quick install. Looks really good. I'm not thrilled on how far out it sits, and I'll show that to you, but it works for now. It's kind of far, you can see there's a bit of a gap, but it works for now. What I'll plan on doing, probably if I end up not liking this or it ends up breaking or something, I will go with the ram mount. I'll just mount it in here, real stubby, and then it'll set all in, go back to the stock setup all in here. All right, I've got a few other things I'm going to install in future videos. I've got proper bark busters, actually different brand. I actually went ahead and decided to get the spring repair fixed where it flips it to the other side from Tusk, so we'll install that next.